Tripoli. Rare monk seals and migratory birds. Tripoli borders the city of Elmina, the port of the Tripoli district, which it is geographically conjoined with to form the Greater Tripoli conurbation. The history of Tripoli dates back at least to the 14th century BCE. The city is well known for containing the largest Crusader fortress in Lebanon, the citadel of Raymond the St. Giles, and it has the second highest concentration of Mamluk architecture after Cairo. In the Arab world, Tripoli is sometimes known as Tarabulus al-Sham or Levantine Tripoli to distinguish it from its Libyan counterpart, known as Tripoli of the West. With the formation of Lebanon and the 1948 breakup of the Syrian-Lebanese Customs Union, Tripoli, once on par in economic and commercial importance to Beirut, was cut off from its traditional trade relations with the Syrian hinterland and therefore declined. In relative prosperity, Tripoli had a number of different names as far back as the Phoenician age. In the Amarna letters the name, Derbli, possibly a Semitic cognate of the city's modern Arabic name Tarabulus, was mentioned, and in other places, Alia or Valia are mentioned. In an engraving concerning the invasion of Tripoli by the Assyrian king Ashur-nasir-pal II, it is called Mahallata or Mahilata, Mea, and Kea. Under the Phoenicians, the name Athar was used to refer to Tripoli. When the ancient Greeks settled in the city they called it Tripolis, meaning, three cities, influenced by the earlier phonetically similar but etymologically unrelated name Derbli. The Arabs called it Tarabulus and Tarabulus al-Sam. Today, Tripoli is also known as al-Fayr, which is a term derived from the Arabic verb faha, which is used to indicate the diffusion of a scent or smell. Tripoli was once known for its vast orange orchards. During the season of blooming, the pollen of orange flowers was said to be carried on the air, creating a splendid perfume which filled the city and suburbs. Evidence of settlement in Tripoli dates back as early as 1400 BCE. In the 9th century, the Phoenicians established a trading station in Tripoli and later, under Persian rule, the city became the center of a confederation of the Phoenician city-states of Sidon, Tyre, and Arados Island. Under Hellenistic rule, Tripoli was used as a naval shipyard and the city enjoyed a period of autonomy. It came under Roman rule around 64 BCE. The 551 Beirut earthquake and tsunami destroyed the Byzantine city of Tripoli along with other Mediterranean coastal cities. During Umayyad rule, Tripoli became a commercial and shipbuilding center. It achieved semi-independence under Fatimid rule, when it developed into a center of learning. The Crusaders laid siege to the city at the beginning of the 12th century and were able finally to enter it in 1109. This caused extensive destruction, including the burning of Tripoli's famous library, Dar al-Ilm, with its thousands of volumes. During the Crusaders' rule the city became the capital of the county of Tripoli. In 1289, it fell to the Mamluks and the old port part of the city was destroyed. A new inland city was then built near the old castle. During Ottoman rule from 1516 to 1918, it retained its prosperity and commercial importance. Tripoli and all of Lebanon was under French mandate from 1920 until 1943 when Lebanon achieved independence. Many historians reject the presence of any Phoenician civilization in Tripoli before the 8th century BCE. Others argue that the north-south gradient of Phoenician port establishments on the Lebanese coast indicates an earlier age for the Phoenician Tripoli. Tripoli has not been extensively excavated because the ancient site lies buried beneath the modern city of Elmina. However, a few accidental finds are now in museums. Excavations in Elmina revealed skeletal remains of ancient wolves, eels, and gazelles, part of the ancient southern port quay, grinding mills, different types of columns, wheels, bows, and a necropolis from the end of the Hellenistic period. A sounding made in the Crusader castle uncovered late Bronze Age, Iron Age, in addition to Roman, Byzantine, and Fatimid remains. At the Abu Halqa area refuges dating to the early and middle Stone Age were uncovered. Tripoli became a financial center and main port of northern Phoenicia with sea trade and caravan trade. Under the Seleucids, Tripoli gained the right to mint its own coins. It was granted autonomy between 104 and 105, which it retained until 64 BCE. At the time, Tripoli was a center of shipbuilding and cedar timber trade. During the Roman and Byzantine period, Tripoli witnessed the construction of important public buildings including municipal stadium or gymnasium due to strategic position of the city midway on the imperial coastal highway leading from Antioch to Ptolemy. In addition, Tripoli retained the same configuration of three distinct and administratively independent quarters. The territory outside the city Washington,